There we go. We did a mic change. Thank you, Drista. Oh, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I'll actually take some right now. Okay. Text 33. And what I'm thinking this time, to make it a little bit quicker, because we go through a lot of verses. Sometimes we don't go through all the verses, but today we will go all through the verses. So if each person could read like 3 verses each, and then we'll pass it on. Okay? Text 33. Shoot, Jose.
Then the Lord playing like an Then the Lord, playing like an elephant, suspended the earth on the edge of his curved white tusks. He assumed a bluish complexion like that of a tamalo tree, and thus the sages, headed by Brahma, could understand him to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and offered respectful obeisances unto the Lord. All the sages uttered with great respect, O unconquerable enjoyer of all sacrifices, all glories and all victories unto you. You are moving in your form of the personified Vedas, and in the hair holes of your body the oceans are submerged. Submerged. For certain reasons, to uplift the earth, you have now assumed the form of a boar. O Lord, your form is worshipable by performances of sacrifice, but souls who are simply miscreant are unable to see it. Miscreants are unable to see it. All the Vedic hymns, Gayatri, and others are in the touch of your skin. In your bodily hairs is the kusha grass. In your eyes is a clarified butter, and in your 4 legs are the 4 kinds of fruitive activities.
What is the form of braja is personified what, Jose? Huh? No, he's the personified...
Vedas, yeah.
Vedas, yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Drissa.
How many do I do?
Do 3, please.
O Lord, your tongue is the plate of sacrifice. Your nostril is another plate of sacrifice. In your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice. Another plate of sacrifice is the holes of your ears. In your mouth is the Brahma plate of sacrifice. Your throat is the plate of sacrifice, known as Soma. And whatever you chew is known as Agnihotra. Moreover, O Lord, the repetition of your appearance is the desire for all kinds of initiation. Your neck is the place for 3 desires, and your tusks are the result of your initiation and the end of all desires. Your tongue is the prior activities of initiation. Your head is the fire without sacrifice, as well as the fire of worship, and your living forces are the aggregate of all desires. O Lord, your semen is the sacrifice called Soma Yagya. Your growth is the ritualistic performances of the morning. Your skin and touch sensations are the 7 elements of the Agnistoma sacrifice. Your bodily joints are symbols of various other sacrifices performed in 12 days. Therefore you are the object of all sacrifices, called Soma and Asoma, and you are bound by yagyas only.
Does this remind us of anyone of another part of the Srimad Bhagavatam? No? Yeah. Why? What is the...
Creation of the universal form.
Yeah, it starts talking about how Krishna is different, his nostrils, his lips, and it goes all through the body of the Vrat Roop, right? And so in a similar little way, Krishna, the Srimad Bhagavatam is giving us this nice way to be able to meditate and understand as Krishna is the creator of everything, and how personable he is. Please continue.
O Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are worshipable by universal prayers, Vedic hymns, and sacrificial ingredients. We offer our obeisances unto you. You can be realized by the pure mind, freed from all visible and invisible material contamination. We offer our respectful obeisances to you as the Supreme Spiritual Master of Knowledge in devotional service. O lifter of the earth with its mountains, which you've lifted with your tusks, is situated as beautifully as a lotus flower with leaves sustained by an infuriated elephant just coming out of the water. O Lord, as the peaks of great mountains become beautiful when decorated with clouds, your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks.
O Lord, for the residential purposes of all inhabitants, both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the Supreme Father. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency, just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the Arani wood. Who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could deliver the earth from within the water? It is not very wonderful for you. However, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe, by your energy you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation. O Supreme Lord, undoubtedly we are inhabitants of the most pious planets, the Jana, Tapas, and Satya Lokas, but still we have been purified by the drops of water sprinkled from your shoulder hairs by the shaking of your body.
O Lord.
He said that last sentence, what does that remind you of? Jose. Are you finding it? We just spoke it. The shaking. It's like a dog. You ever had a dog that gets wet and it shakes? So Lord Boar also comes out of the water and he shakes. All the sprinkling of the water is purifying. Okay, go ahead.
O Lord, there is no limit to your wonderful activities. Anyone who desires to know the limit of your activities is certainly nonsensical. Everyone in this world is conditioned by the powerful mystic potencies. Please bestow your causeless mercy upon these conditioned souls. The sage Maitreya said, the Lord, being thus worshipped by all the great sages and transcendentalists, touched the earth with his hooves and placed it on the water. In this manner, the personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of all living entities, raised the earth from within the water, and having placed it afloat on the water, he returned to his own abode.
So if we have the right vision, if we understand that Krishna not only touched this earth with his feet when he appeared in his pastimes, but he also touched it with the earth with his tusks. So if we have the right vision, we can actually understand how blessed we are to be on this earth and that everything comes from him and see it as blessed by Krishna.
Text 48. If one hears and describes in a devotional service attitude this auspicious narration of Lord Boar, which is worthy of description, the Lord, who's within the heart of everyone, is very pleased. Nothing remains unachieved when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased with someone. By transcendental achievement, one understands everything else to be insignificant. One who engages in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by the Lord himself, who is seated in everyone's heart. Who other than one who is not a human being can exist in this world and not be interested in the ultimate goal of life? Who can refuse the nectar of narrations about the personality of Godhead's activities, which by itself can deliver one from all material pangs?
Okay, question. Raise your hand if you listened with a devotional service attitude of this auspicious narration. There we go. Come on, don't be afraid. Come on. If you weren't, you just missed out on Krishna being very pleased in the heart. I remember Prabhupada Priya on Sunday actually mentioned this about how Bhagavatam sometimes says this, right? Well, if you, I believe it was you, or was it Balaram? Anyway, it was either Saturday or Sunday that it was explained that Srimad Bhagavatam does this. That you'll read through a pastime and it will say, whoever read this, you'll get this kind of boon or pleasing the Lord. It's very nice. Okay, text 49, our verse of the day. By the way, the theme for today is Mother Earth and Krishna, the Lord, is the Father. There's another one of the themes which we'll read in 43, but we'll start with 42, or the first theme, and then we'll start with 49. Okay. Can somebody give me I know this is the Govinda Madhipujam. There we go, thank you. Tasmin prasane sakalasham prabho. Tasmin prasane sakalashisham prabho. Kim darlabam tabiralam lavatmabihi. Kim durlabam tabiralam lavatmabihi. Anadristya bhajatam gahasyaha. Svayam vidyate svagatim paraparam. Svayam vidyate svagatim paramparam. Tasmin prashane sakalahisham prabho. Kim durlabham tabiralam lavatmabihi. Anyandristya bhajantam grahasaya. Svayam vidyate svagatim prayaparam. Please chant. Tasmin prasane sakalashyam prabho. Kim durlabam tabirlam lavatbabim. Anandrisham bhajatam gunasaya. Svayam vidyate svagatim paraparam. Tasmin prashane sakalasham prabho. Kim adurlabam. Ananya drishya bhajatam gunashya. Svayam vidyate svagatim paraparam. Tasmin prasane sakalasyam prabho. Kim durlabam tabir alam lavatmadbihi. Anyandristya bhajatam gudasaya. Svayam vidate svagatim paraparam. Synonyms together, please. Tasmin, unto him. Prasaye, being pleased. Sakalashyam, of all benedictions. Prabho, unto the Lord. Kim, what is that? Dirlabam, very difficult to obtain. Tabahi, with him. Alam, away. Lava atmabihi, with insignificant gains. Anadristya, by nothing but devotional service. Bhajatam, of those who are engaged in devotional service. Guha asyaha, residing within the heart. Svayam, personally. Vidyate, executes. Vagatim, in his own abode. Para, the supreme. Param, just gentle. Translation. And purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nothing remains unachieved when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased with someone. By transcendental achievement, one understands everything else to be insignificant. One who engaged in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by the Lord Himself, who is seated in everyone's heart. Purport. As is stated in Bhagavad Gita 10:10, the Lord gives intelligence to the pure devotee so that he may be elevated to the highest perfectional stage. It is confirmed herein that the pure devotee who constantly engages in the loving service of the Lord is awarded all knowledge necessary to reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For such a devotee, there is nothing valuable to be achieved but the Lord's service. If one serves faithfully, there is no possibility of frustration because the Lord Himself takes charge of the devotee's advancement. The Lord is seated in everyone's heart, and He knows the devotee's motive and arranges everything achievable. In other words, the pseudo-devotee who is anxious to achieve material gains can attain the highest perfectional stage because the Lord is in knowledge of his motive. One merely has to become sincere in his purpose, and then the Lord is there to help in every way. So, in light of the theme of the Lord as our Father, we can look at this purport through that vision, that when the father, the son or the daughter, is very eager to learn, the father, of course, is doing everything they can to help their advancement. Matter of fact, the father always wants the child to do better than they did, right? So you can see this in so many different ways. I grew up playing sports, and you'll see on the sideline so many mothers and fathers encouraging their kids to play sports and be the best they can. The thing is sometimes, with without the right attitude of devotional service, it can be more about the parent instead of the kid, right? I want this kid to be like this because it shines on me. But the devotional service attitude is that we want this person, we want our child, we want anybody just to succeed, to be successful in who they are and who they are meant to be. So the Lord similarly wants this. He wants us all to be successful, but He knows that your success is there in being who you are as that servant. What is your nature? How to serve best? And on the opposite, or the other side of the coin is, you could say that when the Lord sees somebody who is going against these things, then He's not so determined to be helpful. What? Oh my gosh, the Lord is not determined to help me be a rascal? No, He's not so much. He'll let us do it. But it's similar like a father or a mother. The child wants to touch a fire or wants to touch the stove, right? You say, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. It's not good for you, right? Eventually, the child either goes behind the parent's back and does it, or the parent is like, I don't recommend this, but they might be fine, do it, Maybe they're ready there, like let the child just touch it real quick and then help him, So similarly, the Lord isn't so determined to help us to achieve in the sense of going away from Him. But if we're so fully determined, then He will give us this sandbox to do our best to become successful in whatever way we want. If we could turn to text 42, and if somebody would be so kind to read the translation there and Srila Prabhupada's purport.
O Lord, for the residential purposes of all inhabitants, both moving and not moving, the earth is your wife, and you are the Supreme Father. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency. Just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the Arani wood. The so-called law of gravitation, which sustains the planets, is described herein as the potency of the Lord. This potency is invested by the Lord in the way that an expert sacrificial Brahmana puts fire in the Arani wood by the potency of Vedic mantras. By this arrangement, the world becomes habitable for both the moving and non-moving creatures. The conditioned souls who are residents of the material world are put in the womb of Mother Earth in the same way the seed of a child is put in the father by the womb of the mother. Is put by the father in the womb of the mother. This conception of the Lord and the earth as father and mother is explained in Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Conditioned souls are devoted to the motherland in which they take their birth, but they do not know their father. The mother is not independent in producing children. Similarly, material nature cannot produce living creatures unless in contact with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us to offer obeisances unto the mother along with the father, the Supreme Lord, because it is the father only who impregnates the mother with all energies for the sustenance and maintenance of all living beings, both moving and non-moving.
So, we really, in the first line, Srila Prabhupada's talking about the so-called law of gravitation. We really can understand as devotees that nothing is moving without Krishna's sanction, right? So that we're so dependent on him that this sandbox that we've been given to try to enjoy is actually offered by him. And in this sandbox, we should actually really appreciate it in such a way, an attitude that we see it as our mother. There's, in Vedic knowledge, there's 7 mothers. Let's see if we can name them. What's one mother? Earth? Okay. Cow. Anybody? Brahman's wife. Jose, you got a guess?
Nurse.
King's wife? King's wife. Nurse. We also got Esther.
Wife of the king, wife of Brahman. One
for the king. How about your own mother? I think we went through every one except for your own mother, right? I was the birth mother, your own mother, right? Let's not forget her. And saying right here that we should show so much respect to them that we're paying our, I believe Srila Prabhupada said that we should pay our obeisances to them, or pay our respects to them, to the mother. The mother has given us an opportunity to have this life. Similarly, the Mother Earth is giving us this opportunity as the sandbox to do whatever kind of enjoyment that we want. Again, like the Father, she might not necessarily be so desirable to give it, but if we're so determined, then she's providing this sandbox or this nature to do our best to enjoy. Srila Prabhupada, one thing that's really nice you can do with when reading Srila Prabhupada's book, you can start with a book so small, and he'll give you verses to read. And in the purport, he'll give, by this verse. And so I thought it would be really nice if we go to Bhagavad Gita 14.4, since Srila Prabhupada quotes that verse. And we can read that translation and purport also. And what this does is it really gives us a deeper insight of what Srila Prabhupada's thinking. If you read the book Nectar of Instruction, you can literally start reading it, and then every purport, Srila Prabhupada gives these verses, and then you can read from those verses, what Srila Prabhupada say. It gives us a bigger insight. And then from those purports and those verses, you can even go another step if you wanted to, and you can just go down the rabbit hole of seeing Srila Prabhupada's perspectives. Okay, can somebody read? I'll read it actually. So, Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Do you already have it up there? Oh, you're awesome. Please.
Krishna, it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving Father. Purport. In this verse, it is clearly explained that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original father of all living entities. The living entities are combinations of the material nature and the spiritual nature. Such living entities are seen not only on this planet, but on every planet, even on the highest where Brahma is situated. Everywhere there are living entities. Within the earth there are living entities. Even within the water and within fire. All these appearances are due to the mother, material nature, and Krishna's seed-giving process. The purport is that the material world is impregnated with living entities who come out in various forms at the time of creation,
So it's very interesting that Srila Prabhupada is even giving
according
us
to their past deeds.
Oh, sorry, I apologize for cutting you off there. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Prabhu, I interrupted.
You can see this very interesting. Srila Prabhupada even gives us another perspective on mother, right? We were speaking about Mother Earth, but now he's speaking mother as material nature. So there's 8,400,000 species of life, and Mother Nature is giving us bodies according to our desires and our karma. Not only are these bodies available here on Earth, but they're available everywhere in the universe, everywhere. He said, is in the fire or in the water. So, as human beings, if we aren't using our intelligence for the purpose of inquiring into the absolute truth, then Mother Nature, out of her kindness, gives us a body where we can't harm others. You can see that in this world, there's been so many wars, so much conflict with intelligence used by very intelligent people, using their intelligence for, you could say, their oil or their power or their desire for power, for their opulences. And this is a misuse of intelligence. And so therefore, Mother Nature, as a nice mother, she is helping us to correct ourselves, to correct this. And the interesting thing is that, through us trying to enjoy through this material nature, you can say it's like banging our head against the wall. We bang our head against the wall, it hurts, and then we stop for a second and we feel better. Oh, the pain is away, and then we do it again. And then the pain goes there, and we just keep on doing this over and over and over until we finally start to ask bigger questions like, why am I here? What is this material nature? Who am I? And so Mother Nature is actually very kind in giving us this opportunity to learn that this is not the place for us, that this is a temporary place, and that it's not the highest absolute. Can we turn to 1343? Is it real though? Is this existence that we are, is it real? To a point. What do you mean? Can somebody give the mic to Jose? What do you mean that it's real to a point?
That our ultimate self-realization, it is to be servants of the Lord in the spiritual world. And we can still do it here on this planet, but as for right now, I'm not doing it, so it's not completely my real identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're not at your real identity, is the identity you have right now real?
Yes,
It
exists.
The illusion's real.
Yeah.
There is an illusion, but it doesn't mean that it's the absolute reality. So this is a big difference between us and other philosophies, is we do accept this as a reality. It's just not the ultimate reality. Therefore we use the word, it's an illusion, right? The illusion that somebody sees in the desert is real in the sense that they are experiencing an illusion, right? If I try to tell them, you do not see that, they might argue with me and say, yes, no, or no, there is water there. And I might go, knowing that there's no water, just shake my head and go, wow, this person's, crazy. But that is like our circumstance here, that, that we're being said, hey, this isn't your ultimate reality, but we're so determined to experience joy in this life that we're illusioned and we just keep going and keep on going, even when we're told, hey, you're going the wrong way. Okay, let's read 1343, please. See some sleepy eyes. Okay.
Who else but you, the Supreme Personality Godhead, could deliver the earth from within the water? It is not very wonderful for you, however, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe. By your energy, you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation.
Purport, please. Anna.
When a scientist discovers something impressive to the ignorant mass of people, the common man, without inquiry, accepts such discovery as wonderful, but the intelligent man is not struck with wonder by such discoveries. He gives all credit to the person who created the wonderful brain of the scientist. The common man is also struck with wonder by the wonderful action of material nature, and he gives all credit to the cosmic manifestation. The learned Krishna conscious person, however, knows well that behind the cosmic manifestation is the brain of Krishna, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9:10.
Maya dakshina prakritir suyat sa charatanam.
Thank you. Since Krishna can direct the wonderful cosmic manifestation, it is not at all wonderful for him to assume the gigantic form of a boar and thus deliver the earth from the mire of the water. A devotee is therefore not astonished to see the wonderful boar, because he knows that the Lord is able to act far more wonderfully by his potencies, which are inconceivable to the brain of even the most erudite scientist.
So when a child sees the magician show a cloth, and then they do a trick, and the cloth is gone, they're surprised, right? And they're awe and wonder. Yeah, right? There's a video of a monkey, and this man is there. He's at a zoo, and he does the trick, and then it disappears, and the monkey also is, whoa, where'd it go? And then he brings it back, and the monkey's like, so we're so these magic tricks with somebody with more intelligence isn't so awestrucken with him, right? However, I was reading this, and I was thinking that so many times we hear about devotees saying, trying to understand you, Krishna, is very bewildering, right? Have you heard this before? Where like, for instance, Brahma, he steals the cowherd boys, right? And then he comes back, he brings them. I'm not going to go through the whole entire past, but he brings them, and he says, he's so bewildered by Krishna and his activities. And there's quite a few stories like this. So what's the difference between a devotee's bewilderment about the greatness of Krishna and the devotee who's not so surprised or so impressed? So you're saying Krishna's inconceivable?
This mic goes on. How do you... It's on. Testing.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Krishna is inconceivable. So his pastimes are inconceivable. Him being married to 1,108 wives, him having girlfriends, and marrying Tulsi Devi, and holding up Govardhan Hill with his left pinky finger. All of that is inconceivable. And if you were to tell anyone who wasn't a devotee, they wouldn't believe you, because they can't, because they have no faith, and that's what they don't have a spiritual master to have faith, and it's like it goes back to a very old saying when a spiritual master points at the snake on the ground and he says, actually that's a stick, and you go, yes, that's a stick. You don't question. Well, as a devotee, we have to have a form of lots of faith, and Krishna is totally inconceivable, and you just have to take it as the value that your spiritual master is telling you that this happened, so it happened.
Very nice. Any other thoughts on this apparent kind of maybe a contradiction that the devotee is not so surprised about Krishna's wonderful pastimes, but yet sometimes we talk about how Krishna, we see the devotees speaking about their bewilderment of Krishna and how he's inconceivable. Mother Kunti.
Krishna is Achincha Abheda Bheda Tattva, so he's simultaneously one yet different. And when the scientist's brain tries to approach that with their analytical power, they can't understand how something can be simultaneously one yet different. It's inconceivable. So that's theirs, that's the amazing transcendental duality of Krishna. And so we just have, it's like Prabhu just said, it's a matter of praying for faith and associating with those who are faithful.
Srila Prabhupada says right here, but the intelligent man is not struck with wonder by such discoveries. So it's right there. But the intelligence that we gain from Srila Prabhupada's book, we start to understand the magnificence of Krishna, right? And so somebody with no understanding of that, no comprehension, no even appreciation that this entire universe is just a spark of Krishna's splendor. The whole world's, every planet is held up by the Lord's energy. When they think this is just some material creation or some form of chemicals, then this doesn't become very impressive. But the devotee who is intelligently reading the books of the spiritual master and gaining that faith and confidence, they see Krishna behind everything. And so they can see this universe as a creation of Krishna. They can see the universal form. They can experience this. And so when you hear things like Lord Vraha coming to the spirit, to the material, coming out the nose of Brahma, then it's not so bewildering or so awestruck like the magic trick that the young child might see. So, but however, Krishna's always growing. He's always expanding, right? So then as devotees, we might be put into experiences where our intelligence just isn't enough to understand Krishna. But the wonderful thing is, with the prayers of our spiritual master and by Krishna's mercy, then he can give us the intelligence to understand better. And so our love grows with that understanding and that confidence that grows in there. Like for instance, Lord Brahma does the prayers, right? He says, I'm bewildered. He gives so many nice prayers, and then Krishna blesses him with the intelligence to understand. So similarly, yes, we will become bewildered by Krishna's wonderful pastimes in any situation that we're in. But with confidence and by prayers to the spiritual master, the prayers to Krishna, the continuing reading of Srila Prabhupada's books, our intelligence grows and we can get some understanding of Krishna. Mother Kunti.
Just recalling the story of the cobbler and the brahmana, they were asking when Lord Narada Muni was going to Vaikuntha, to the spiritual world, and they were both inquiring, please ask the Lord, how long is my sojourn in this world? And, and please tell me what the Lord was doing when you see him. And so when he came back, he approached the Brahmana. He said, how long will I stay in this world, O Narada Muni? He said, you will have many births here. Oh, really? Well, what was the Lord doing? And he said he was threading an elephant through the eye of a needle. That's what the Lord told Narada Muni to say. And that's impossible. So that was his mood. Then he went to the cobbler, and the cobbler said, what was my Lord doing? He was threading an elephant through the eye of a needle. Oh, there's nothing my Lord can't do. How wonderful is my Lord. And just then a Vaikuntha airship arrived, and he got his answer. He was going back immediately. Krishna called for him.
Because understand there's different forms of intelligence, right? So these different intelligence could be used in different ways. And so somebody who's got a simple heart, they can understand that Krishna is as amazing that he can do anything. Has such a wonderful opportunity to love Krishna. Just as that person who likes to read and understand so many different things about how the world's created, all these things, they can just give you these wonderful facts about Krishna, right? that person also has the same opportunity to love Krishna. And this is the wonderful thing about Krishna consciousness, that we can use our nature, we can understand Krishna as our Father is encouraging us to be who we are. Don't be somebody else. Be who you are and use it in Krishna consciousness, and you will become happy. Is there any other questions, comments? Priya, please. Mother Prabhupada Priya. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Yeah, in relation to the question about bewilderment, I was just thinking that, what was I thinking? I was thinking that sometimes Krishna arranges that we become bewildered about some aspect of either his pastimes or qualities or some philosophical point. You know, we'll come across some apparent contradiction in the scriptures, or sometimes there's deliberate apparent contradictions in the scriptures. And the purpose of these kinds of bewilderments or confusions are to make us inquire, you know? Because if you're confused about something, then you're going to ask a question. And then through that inquiry, or either you approach someone, or you just dive further into research to explore, try to find the answer to the question yourself. But in any case, the question leads to, you know, deeper understanding, deeper knowledge. And Krishna is very pleased by that approach. So, you know, if we were never bewildered, we wouldn't inquire. And if we didn't inquire, we wouldn't get answers. And if we didn't get answers, then our knowledge would not become deeper. So, yeah, Krishna sometimes arranges our bewilderment so that, because he wants to take us to the next level of understanding of him.
This is the attitude of a devotee, right? Everything is meant for me and given to me by Krishna, and therefore it's for my best, for my best benefit, right? So it can be by bewilderment and inquiring more about Krishna, or there could be some circumstance where we go through some tough part in our life, right? We might have some circumstance in our life that's very, very tough. But similarly, those tough times are used for the devotee to inquire or to dive deeper into their prayer. You start chanting a little bit harder, or maybe not even a little bit, maybe way harder. And Krishna comes, and if you have that confidence and that determination and that enthusiasm to continue to pray to Krishna for help, he comes and he be the hero. He'll be the hero. And then with similarly, like our growth in intelligence and understanding Krishna comes deeper. In this case, our trust becomes, our confidence grows stronger in Krishna. He is there. He has my back. And as a matter of fact, this is a person that I can give everything to. And our love grows. Any other comments or questions? No? Thank you all so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Appearance Day ki jai. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Appearance Day ki jai. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Appearance Day ki jai. Guru Parampara ki jai.